Hello and welcome to Chip Advisor. Yes, hello there. I'm Phil, and those out of time jingling bells means we're talking about something Christmassy again. And today it's a good one. We are talking about the Christmas buffet, the Christmas evening buffet. That will vary a lot in a lot of households, but that is an exciting topic for this week. I am here with Michael. How are you, Michael?
How now, brown cow? Yes, very good. A little bit choking a little bit. I've got a Yo Sushi katsu chicken curry because you can't have normal chicken curries these days. It has to be katsu, which I think is just a chicken nugget curry, actually, in truth. But I've gone for that, and I've gone to eat what looked like sort of some kind of pickled slaw, but actually is seemingly just raw ginger.
Nice. Okay.
A little bit at the back of my throat there. Never mind.
Okay, you're going to end up sounding like Sean Dyche.
Yeah.
Okay, and I can hear the listeners calling.
Harry, where's Harry? Harry!
I always think with Sean Dyche, he just needs to have a good cough and everything would be better.
Yeah.
Just cough it out, mate. I mean, crying out loud. Hello.
How are you, Harry?
Oh, I'm all right. I've got a slight sniffle, but it's fine. It's fine.
dear.
I'm struggling on. I'm not mentioning it in my house because if you say, "Oh, I'm feeling slightly ill," oh, you're a dreadful patient. Oh, you can't ever be ill. And so I quietly think to myself, I'll just store that away for next time you're not feeling very well. But anyway, that's fine. I obviously don't because I'm not completely mad. But all good.
How was your birthday? It was your birthday week. What did you have for dinner?
So, couldn't decide what I wanted to have for dinner. So I just said, just get some pizzas from Tesco.
Oh.
Because I quite like the pizza, Tesco finest. I mean, don't get me wrong, but not the frozen one, but yeah. And so we just had that, and that was nice and easy. And Amy had said to me, "Now you've got to be excited about your pudding because the children are very excited about it. And so even if you're not excited about it, be excited about it." So the pudding was, and there was a cake, and I'm coming on to this in a minute, the cake, but that's okay. Another story. It was a birthday Viennetta. Now, have you seen those?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it basically it was Viennetta with strawberry and hundreds and thousands on.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, delicious. I mean, Walls, if you're listening, please send me some. But I mean, but we've been doing the big shop with the children the other day, which is never a good idea. No. And we went past the ice cream section, and I said, "Oh, look at that! You can get a birthday Viennetta. Why don't you get me one of those for my birthday?" And Matilda, my eldest, said, had obviously locked that in and had decided that that's definitely what we were having for my birthday pudding.
Excellent.
So that's what I had, and delicious it was.
Let's talk about the cake, Harry.
Yeah, so the cake.
The one that Lewis made you?
The cake. Now, Lewis did not make me a cake. I'm sure he metaphorically did, but he didn't in reality.
I didn't. Hello, listeners, I'm here too.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was going to do your intro in a minute, Lewis.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
All right,
hold on. Everyone.
Yeah.
Lewis is here. How are you, Lewis?
Oh, blessings, friends and listeners. Yes, I am here. I'll save my anecdote about my tree for later on. Let's get back to Harry's birthday.
Yeah, please.
It sounded like you needed sad music, so I'm going there.
Yeah.
The cake, Harry. Tell us about the cake.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was sad music about. I was anticipating a sad story about Lewis's tree.
Oh, don't worry, that's coming.
Yeah. Can you not find that particular Christmas ornament to put on it? And we all know the one we're talking about. Now I love Mike Reed and I love our tune, but it's very high in the mix. I'm going to suggest. Thank you.
I love drowning you out with that.
Yeah. So the cake was made the day before. I'd requested because as you chaps know, I'm a very simple guy, really. So just a Victoria sandwich, but with buttercream and jam in the middle, rather than just jam. So that was made the day before, and left on a table under a very nice glass cloche thing that my sister bought me for Christmas one year, or bought the family for Christmas, I should say. And then I got home. I mean, I'm going to start speeding up this anecdote now. And basically, the cat had got underneath the cloche and eaten half the cake.
Oh,
because that's what cats do, apparently. You know, I don't.
How did it lift a glass cloche?
Well, so if the cake was on a plate, and the cloche was about the same size as the plate. So it was a very simple case of just pushing it slightly, thus tipping it up so it could get his head underneath. And it had eaten it in a sort of semicircular fashion, as far as you could see, it was as far as it was able to get. But it was definitely the cat, not the dog, because I think the dog would have just knocked the glass thing on the floor and smashed. Yeah. So that was all right. I mean, I just cut the end bit off and we ate it.
Oh, anyway. Animals.
Yeah.
Dear, dear.
So yeah, that was the cake. But yeah, I think Lewis could probably whip me up one now and just send it round.
Yeah, no problem.
Late doors, but yeah.
How many candles?
Well, didn't have any candles, but if there were to be candles, there would be 43.
No candles.
No candles, no.
Well, what did you blow out at the end of Happy Birthday? What happened at the end of
beg your pardon. So this will happen the day before, being the Monday the 4th. And on the Tuesday, I had one candle in my Viennetta, which I blew out, yes.
Okay, fine. Good.
I thought you were just hinting at the question of how old I was.
I wouldn't dare raise age, being the oldest of the group. No, I wouldn't dare.
Sure the listeners are desperate to know how old I was. Yeah. I was gladdened by some of the birthday messages on the old Facebook page. That really did bring a little joy to my heart. So what
was the accusation made that you were the poshest or the classiest of the hosts? That was more the fact that Lewis was the second poshest, wasn't it? Wasn't that more?
Yeah. Well, I think that came from from the insinuation that you were the poshest, and then there was some debate who was second because you were obviously far out in front.
Well, yeah, presumably. I think highbrow was actually the phrase, and I think
highbrow.
I think Phil, you might have been to blame for it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, and then highbrow seemed to translate to the people of Older Holt as posh, but I mean, there you go. I mean, that's another debate.
Yeah. I can have that chat another time. We've got a podcast about Christmas buffets to talk about.
Just one last thing though. I did have a delightful surprise on my doorstep. A black package arrived, and inside were 3 boxes of. And Mike, you won't know this because I think you'd actually left at this point in the last week's podcast. 3 packets of Hindor, which is a chocolate I created, a spherical chocolate with a cool center. When asked the question, what quality street would you invent? And lo and behold, 3 of them appeared on my doorstep. So
that's fantastic.
Whoever sent those is very kind, and my son has consumed most of them.
Excellent.
Perfect. Okay, Lewis, your tree. Do you want to save your tree to any other business? Because feel
absolutely.
We're 9 minutes in. We haven't started talking about a subject once again. So we're talking Christmas buffets, and I'm not talking Christmas lunch with the turkey and the Yorkshires and all that jazz. Do you have Yorkshires at Christmas lunch? We'll talk about that next week.
Whoa, hold on.
About it next week. Hold on. Just a tease. But yeah, we'll be doing the big Christmas dinner episode next week. So we thought we'd deal with the Christmas buffet this week. So I thought it might be good just to quickly go through your day. Let's sort of set the scene for your Christmas. Let's go Harry first, because yours will be slightly elongated, I imagine. So talk us through your Christmas day from the moment you rise. Do you want to, Michael, do you think we should do childhood Christmas day or now?
Well, for many, it won't be any different. Or for some, it will. Let's go with now.
So for
Okay.
you, Mike, it's not any different. Is this what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I haven't mixed it up. I thought the formula was good, but we'll come to me in a minute. You go, Harry. What does yours look like?
So, well, I mean, I try and stick to what we did as children, but it's impossible. So, as a child, we would rise early, open our stockings from Father Christmas.
Whereabouts are you opening those, please?
Well, the stocking is at the end of my bed.
Yep.
I've got my He-man Duvet cover on. If you really want to picture this,
I do. Yeah.
Little Harry has leapt from his bed.
You found a stocking there.
Found a stocking at the end. So in our house, Father Christmas provided little presents.
Yes.
Good. Sort of
good.
small things, rather than sort of your main presents, which
maybe a blank cassette tape, maybe a blank VHS.
Oh
maybe,
well, I mean
some deodorant.
Famously, we didn't have a video player in our house until 1996. But I mean, that is a completely different story. God, blimey. Oh dear. We did have an Amstrad computer though, so it wasn't all the Stone Age. So little things. I remember once I had a wig, which made me look a bit like Brian May from Queen, and various other, smaller items than that, and always at the toe, a tangerine.
Yeah.
Very
okay.
good.
So where have you opened this?
Oh well. So again,
where did you access the contents of your stocking?
I'm still on my bed, Phil. I haven't left the room.
Are you alone?
Well, I shared a bedroom with my brother for a long time, but latterly I was on my own. Yes.
So you just get up,
yeah,
and you just sit and open your presents by yourself. You're unopened. You would just retrieve your presents out of your stocking by yourself and go, yeah.
Yes.
Well, that is a bleak take on things.
What are your parents doing at this moment, Harry?
Probably asleep.
When you're What time is it? What time is it?
Well, I don't know. 6 o'clock. My father famously put the turkey on at 3 o'clock once.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I feel like I should be phoning social services or something. This is dreadful.
Is it?
Oh dear.
Yeah, you just have to by yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to come to Harry's defence here. I think very much. I definitely had a stocking which I was allowed to open before anyone else get up.
Yeah, immediately.
I think it was one that's just so I left everyone else alone, asleep for a while. It was the equivalent of giving a child an iPad.
It's one day a year, guys.
Sit on the end of your parents' bed and
very disappointed in your parents. Very disappointed.
Oh, I should add at this point to all of you, look, we're all friends, and Mike may say things that's going to potentially ruin friendships here, but I'm sure he doesn't.
Oh.
Nope. Okay.
No.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not.
Bye friendships.
Okay. I mean, listeners won't know that there was a concern for a little while that Phil wasn't going to be able to join us for this record. To which I did tell my daughter this. Her response was, "You're going to get cancelled. There's going to be no one to control Mike."
I can't believe. I mean, it's a day of family. It's a day of togetherness, and there's a general acceptance. I would like to think that you just get up. I mean, I have a 7 o'clock rule in my house, but which sometimes gets stretched to 6:30. But there's an acceptance you're going to get up early, and you're just going to endure that, and actually, enjoying seeing your children open their presents from Father Christmas as part of the magic of it all. Oh, but there's Harry just sat by himself, salvaging his Satsuma. That's not a euphemism. I mean, it's just, oh dear.
Okay.
One year we got the Christmas boxes out from the attic, and the Satsuma was still in my stocking.
No!
Yeah, for a whole year. But probably someone had walked in the room and distracted me from my stocking.
You're enjoying having your alone time with your stocking.
I mean,
someone's coming.
Yeah, you're painting a picture, Mike, of of being shut in one's own bedroom, not talking to anyone. I mean, I think there was interaction. I don't think it was a silent monastery of opening your presents, and it really was a sort of very small part of the day as a whole.
Oh, Oh, it's a magical time for me.
Is it?
Can I contrast yours with mine, and indeed
Yeah.
Phil's?
Well-
So, we'll wake up at, let's say, 7 o'clock, and we'll either go into the parents' bedroom, or we'll go downstairs, all of us. And there were 4 children in my family growing up, one of whom was Philip.
Also, same here, except one was Mike.
Yeah. And we would go downstairs and we would take it in turns, one at a time, to open and unwrap a present from our stocking. And we'd watch and we'd enjoy one another opening them one at a time. It would take a good hour, maybe a bit longer.
Not an hour, Mike. Come on. It would take half an hour at best. You're over egging the pudding there.
Am I?
Yeah, it would take an hour to open, because eventually what would happen is people would go, "Oh, I've got a chocolate orange," and then someone else will feel around and realize they've got a chocolate orange.
Yeah,
and
Father
they'll open
Christmas.
theirs.
Father Christmas is notoriously good at giving matching gifts to siblings. Certainly was in our house. So once you'd felt the socks, you knew that they were socks. When someone else had revealed the deodorant, you knew deodorant was coming.
But it might vary the variety of links,
Oh, for sure.
Africa, Java,
Yeah,
voodoo.
yeah, absolutely.
I don't think it's appropriate for Father Christmas to give you voodoo links. Really don't.
Well, maybe Phil was in his teenage years when he was getting the links voodoo. I can't remember.
Well, so this is the next question. When did it stop? Because
it has never stopped.
No, not stopped.
Never.
No, I don't mean you getting the links for Christmas. I mean getting a stocking from Father Christmas.
Never. It's never stopped.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I think there was an age limit in our house where it decided.
No.
You didn't put a stocking out at a certain age.
Yeah. My older brothers stopped before me.
Oh.
I mean, they were 6 and 8 years older. I mean, they don't have a
Right.
have a
Okay.
stocking.
I think that's an interesting thing if you do have sort of much older siblings, that it does sort of change the Christmas Day routine. Because like Harry, I've got a brother 6 years older than me, and like he's not wanting to get up really early to open stockings. He wants to be left alone.
Misery.
Yeah, tough luck. Tough luck is Christmas Day, Ashley. Get up.
So, Harry, so you've opened your stockings, you've gone downstairs, I assume you've gone downstairs, got some breakfast.
Gone downstairs, had some breakfast. Now, this is again where we separate from what we do now and what I used to do as a family growing up. Is that we would have some breakfast, usual breakfast, although we counted it as a Sunday, because Christmas Day is always Sunday, isn't it? Really, as far as I'm concerned. And so we'd have a hot roll, because that's what we had on Sunday morning. Let's just gloss over that. It's not important.
Wow.
Hot roll?
Then a hot roll from the oven with a bit of jam or possibly honey.
Oh, homemade.
Of course it was. We didn't homemade the honey, but the jam, of course, was homemade.
No,
Yeah.
the roll.
No. The roll came from
Like a par-baked one.
no, just an ordinary bap, but
Just warmed it through.
from the post office, I think.
Right,
In Old
okay.
Holt, they used to do bread.
Yep.
Again, we're going down a different tangent there. Then we'd all get dressed and have to go to church for 2 hours. I mean,
2 hours.
2
Come
hours.
on.
Oh, not under my watch. Not under my watch.
Oh, Vicar Philip always did his longest sermon during Christmas Day, and we hadn't opened what we'd call our main presents at that point.
Good.
Right,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so contemporaries of yours, in the Vesta group, were all doing their remote control cars at the back. We haven't opened anything. I've got my Brian May wig on. That's the only thing I've had so far. And possibly a set of humorous teeth.
Was it predominantly just fancy dress? Your fancy dress in an orange?
It's basically cowboy
okay.
outfit. That sort of thing. Anyway, so then back home, we'd all then open presents like you.
Oh.
I have 3 siblings, although tragically Lewis isn't one of them. But and we'd all open them one at a time. And that would go on for hours and hours.
Yeah, good.
So, do you have any lunch?
So we used to have lunch So we'd have. Oh god.
It's a long time to survive on just a hot roll.
No, I know this isn't sad. This is just
okay.
highbrow stroke posh.
Oh no, it's not. It's not. We're not talking about Link's voodoo anymore, Phil.
We'd have a bit of smoked salmon.
Yes,
Yeah.
love it.
Goodness.
And now older members of the family would have, champagne. Sorry, I can't get away from this fact.
Fish, Harry.
Yes, run out of fish. And that's what we'd have. So deal with it.
So your Christmas lunch next week we're discussing the big Christmas lunch, how to get the perfect Christmas lunch. You had some smoked salmon.
But at sort of, well, depending on what time the vicar finished his interminable sermon, about 12 o'clock, I suppose, we're opening the presents then. Now this is controversial times here because you shouldn't have come to me first because our Christmas buffet is actually on Boxing Day. Sorry to say because we wouldn't have dinner till 2, and then that got later and later and later. We actually started having Christmas dinner at sort of supper time, 7 o'clock. So we didn't actually have a buffet. We had it the next day. But yeah, so close family presents first. So mum, dad, siblings, open one at a time. Everyone's got to coo over, do that, yada yada yada. Go and do the eat dinner, then do grandma and granddad presents, and that sort of aunts and uncles after. And it used to get so late sometimes that my mother used to say, well, shall we just open the rest of these tomorrow? At which point everyone shouted, absolutely not. It would get tricky when my grandma, who we always referred to as Jojo, would ring up about lunchtime and say, oh, did you like your presents? And we're like, well, we haven't actually opened them yet because we have a strict timeline that we must adhere to at all times. So, and that's about it really.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not that extraordinary, I don't think.
It just feels like you've got it's a long day surviving mainly a hot roll and some smoked salmon.
Yeah, but then a big Christmas dinner that we're not allowed to talk about.
Eventually.
With roast and mashed potato.
Oh gosh.
Surely there's lots of confectionery to kind of assist things along the way.
Yeah, but incredibly, and this is probably highbrow again, I do apologise, posh things like York fruits and marzipan fruits rather than tins of quality sweet.
Is it 'cause I'm cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did. So my aunt's husband, who is technically my uncle, but they're not married anymore and haven't been for 30 years, he would always send us a tin of biscuits. And do you know when we ate those biscuits?
On the afternoon?
No. Guess again.
Breakfast.
No, we'd eat those.
New Year's Day.
You're getting warmer. We'd eat those on our August holiday to Wales.
Oh,
Take it with us because we're on holiday, and and that's when. That's when your Victoria selection should be eaten.
Oh,
so you'd hold them,
you're
them for 8 months.
Yeah.
Right.
While you're shivering behind a windbreak in Pembrokeshire, you can eat the Collins biscuits. Yes. So, that's what we did.
Wow.
That's
okay.
What we did.
Okay. So, Lewis, was yours similar? How long do you keep your biscuits?
Similar-ish. We reckon that all Christmas food should be eaten by the time the kids go back to school. So, yeah, that's
okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
Your Christmas Day then. Your Christmas Day. You've had your stocking that you've opened on your own.
Right. Are we talking Christmas Day now or Christmas Day as a child? Because they're quite different.
Okay, you can tell us a bit of each.
Oh goodness. Okay. Well, Christmas Day now. Obviously, I have to go off to work to to give an interminably long sermon.
Yeah.
Is it worth
to keep
chatting to some people?
to keep children away from their presents for as long as possible.
Yeah.
So I'm usually absolutely knackered by the time I get up on Christmas morning because I'm at the end of the busiest time of year. I've had clergy whiskey club at midnight.
Yeah.
Later than that, after midnight mass. So off we go. We let the children do open presents before they may or may not come to church. Last year, I was the only person up at 9:15, thinking it's not that long until I've got to go to.
That's disgusting.
Go to work. I had to go and wake up everybody else in the house. So
Appalling.
Yeah. Then for me it's church, and then I come home, and I just go and sit in a darkened room, just for 10 minutes. I'll out of office, answer phone on. Then this isn't something we would have done as a child, but I join Harry's. I don't join Harry's family, but I join in their tradition of little glass of champagne. Little celebratory Christmas day.
So do you have then a Christmas lunch, like a traditional Christmas lunch, right? They can gloss
Christmas
over
lunch,
that.
Yeah, Christmas dinner. That's probably 1:30, 2 o'clock, something like that.
Okay. Then are you opening any presents?
Yeah. Then we're doing the rest of the presents
one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time.
Yeah.
I like to try and insist on a short family walk, but that doesn't always go down well. It's sometimes just me and the dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a highlight of the day for me. And then there's always a debate about whether anyone's hungry.
Doesn't matter whether you're hungry or not. Does not matter.
So we tend to go for a small Christmas buffet, but because we're quite a long way from our families and stuff, we then go to visit them on Boxing Day, which is when the big Christmas buffet comes out. When I'm at the in-laws, that's when the major kind of family gathering happens, and I would say that the proper big Christmas buffet appears
On Boxing Day.
on Boxing Day.
Quite correct. Everyone will scorn on that.
Okay. So,
he's had a mini buffet. He's had a little micro buffet.
We've had a micro buffet, bit of Tesco's party food in the evening.
no mention of fish, so all good.
Oh well, let's wait till we get to the Boxing Day buffet.
I bet you $1 there's some prawns creeping their way in there.
Absolutely, some prawns and some smoked salmon.
Yeah. Well, I'll quickly cover us off, Phil. So, get up, open your stockings, one at a time. Church possibly, lunch at lunchtime. Then open the big presents one at a time. Dinner at dinner time.
Yeah, although these days, to be fair, since our family's grown due to children and stuff, so these days we still get up, stockings in like at the end of our bed. The kids will be at the end of the bed and taking it in turns. Then in the morning, because in the afternoon we end up going to see. Like this year, we're going to your place, Mike, and the rest of the family joining us.
Yes.
So in the morning, we do sometimes open some of the presents under the tree now. One at a time,
it's sad, isn't it?
because we have to, because we've had it on other Christmases where Christmas Day has gone on for like 3 or 4 days before we've actually been able to open some presents. So, that's not ideal. So, a few presents. There'll always be a few left because we won't have time. I mean, not that we're inundated with presents, but generally we won't have much time to open all of them in the morning, so we might do some in the evening when we get back.
I once, one Christmas, I went somewhere and they with my in-laws, and the tradition there was just to get your pile of presents and then they shout go and then you just rip them all open.
I wouldn't cope with that.
But so, how do you make the list of who's given you what?
For
your children?
No need for thank you cards. No need for that. So but they would just rip everything open, and Christmas is done. The presents opening is done in 5 minutes. I like it to be eked out over a minimum of 2 hours.
This is what is wrong with this country.
Yes, absolutely. So anyway, I made my feelings known on the matter, and thankfully they've adopted my approach to Christmas now. Whenever we go there,
You forced your ways upon them.
yes, I did.
Yep, good. So what
Because if you don't, Phil, then all you're doing is you're just watching rubbish television and falling asleep.
Yeah, I get you. And
What a waste of a day.
You could have a lovely little Christmas walk.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, no, thank you.
I know because last year, because we do our fantasy football podcast, last year I remember we had this chat with Anthony who hosts that, and me, Mike, and Ant do that one. And Anthony said that by about 7 a.m, they've opened all their presents under the tree. They've opened their stockings. They have chocolate for breakfast, and I remember that grossly offended you. And
it really did upset me.
it caused somewhat a large amount of uproar within our listenership as well.
Yeah.
Both your reaction and the way he plans his Christmas.
Well, I've not sworn today because
Anthony's not here.
Nothing's given me reason to swear apart from perhaps having your Christmas lunch at 5 o'clock in the evening. But nothing, and or indeed opening your presents alone.
7 o'clock.
Or indeed actually, no, maybe I should swear.
No, Michael, no,
yeah,
because I don't want to edit it. Mike,
No.
I gotta
We're family
calm it down
friendly.
here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, go on, Lewis.
No, I was just saying, there's a lot of talk about calling it your Christmas lunch. Do you not call it your Christmas dinner?
Oh,
Because you could call it Christmas dinner and follow it up with Christmas tea. You could do that.
Yeah, that's what I'd be doing. Yeah.
Fine.
I
Okay,
get
all right.
quite angry when my wife says dinner or tea because for lunchtime, I get so just lunch has actually got a name. Like lunch is something people understand. It's not. It can't be misinterpreted. So just call lunch, and dinner.
You don't have lunch ladies, do you? Yeah, dinner ladies.
Well, speak to the schools. That's not my issue right now.
Yeah, okay.
And on Lunch Ladies, we will end part 1 of our Christmas buffet episode, having barely mentioned the Christmas buffet so far. We will be back probably tomorrow with our Christmas buffet episode where we actually talk about the Christmas buffet. We hope you enjoyed hearing about Harry's Christmas.